Howdy folks, Sapper here, aka Sean, and I'm bringing you, it's been a long time since I've brought this. This is Worldspanner Factions, or maybe you could probably call it Duel of Ages 3. So here is my overarching theme for Duel of Ages 2, which was basically a bracket and then eventually fight into the very center, and basically like any other bracket, right? Like March Madness. It's taken me years to get this far because I just I don't play it completely through. So I've completed one what are those, the quarterfinals so far. That's Duel of Ages 2. That's Duel of Ages 2. And I think I'm going to do this whole division will be Duel of Ages 3, or Worldspanner Factions is what it's actually called. So Worldspanner Factions, it looks different, right? Like the art has been greatly improved. The hexes are larger, which means your maps will be smaller now. And then if you look down here, there's not a lot of changes. I mean, it's for the most part the information on the cards. Hold on a second. The information on the cards is the same. You have the same stat blocks, and we have pawns now, stand-up pawns, and which I like a lot better. At first I didn't like them, but I like the fact that you have these little bases that you can put on them, which it makes your figures a lot easier to see. But some of the characters in Duel of Ages 2, they are the same. Like, you do have a First Marine Quag in Duel of Ages 2. Let me see. Somebody who's new. I think Quinny Tane is new. I don't know. There's a bunch, right? Like, it's not a direct port, right? Like, there's some new characters in there, and there's some characters that didn't make it over, which is fine. But I have compared a Duel of Ages 2 character with his analog in Worldspanner Factions, and there's small changes. So I mean, you could still play with Duel of Ages 2 characters if you felt like it. So I don't think that's a big thing. Games seem to go faster. The glory points have been streamlined a lot, so it's a faster playing game. Now, faster playing by how much? I don't know. Since I'm playing both sides myself, it's gonna be as fast as I want it to go, right? You still have the card mechanic, which I like. Let's see what else. There's probably a bunch of other stuff. I'm probably missing some things. Acquiring gear is a lot easier. The adventuring in the labyrinths. These are now the labyrinths. Here's one right here that you can see a lot better. So rather than advancing your token down the labyrinth, sorry, I had to take a break for a minute. I just had hernia surgery about, when was it? Was it Tuesday? So I had hernia surgery on Tuesday, and things are still a little sore, and sometimes it's hard to talk. You don't realize how much. So anything where you have to push is a little bit more painful than it used to be. So talking, believe it or not, you actually have to push air out of your body. And to talk with volume, it was. So I had to stop for a second anyway. So enough of that. Rather than advance your tokens down the labyrinth to the end, you just successfully complete. I believe there's four. There's four adventures. These are always static, so you don't draw a card. All you're doing is you're testing strength, and if you do it, you get money. Or you're testing, which one is that? I don't remember. Virtue. So if you test virtue, you get money. This is the quest. The quests are kind of the same. And then if your symbol matches, which is the large symbol, if your symbol matches, you get a +2. If your symbol is one of the smaller two, then it's a -2 to the test, to the quest test. So, and then if you get 3 of the 4, you get a bonus. So let me see if I can find that one. So they got these cards, which I kind of like. So that is the commoner faction, or this is the commoner faction. So if you have 3 of your tokens in the commoner faction, then all commoners can move 1 in woods, or move 1 in woods and water. So the movement penalty is reduced. And if you get all 4, then all heroes get that benefit. And then anybody who's aligned with the commoners gets +1 to your intellect, I believe, and your strength. So that's kind of how the labyrinths work / factions. So there you have it. This is the start. I'm on turn 3. Again, turns go pretty quick. The first couple turns, obviously, not a whole lot's going on. You have to dismiss your people. So not much has gone on. So I have my 2 teams. So the team white is the controlling donkeys, and team black is the rude puppies. Actually, they have names now. So cyclones, or the skyhawks, which, you know, I'm still going to name my teams. And obviously these real people cards will serve as an AI if I need it. If I have a hard time making a decision, then, for example, JC is the AI for Geronimo. So I'll just consult the things on the back, and if I have a hard decision to make, or a decision that I don't want to make, I'll just look at these facts about JC, which might help guide my decision on the board. Doesn't usually happen too often, but every once in a while I'll use them. So that's basically how that works. So anyway, that's a quick intro. I mean, I know I'm missing some stuff, but, you know, because of my stomach's hurting a little bit from the surgery, it's a little bit harder to get my thoughts together. So, but anyway, we are doing Duel of Ages / this is Worldspanner factions, and we are still doing I think it's called the Event Horizon. It's been so long since I've done it. It's been years. I've been doing this for years. I don't have a lot of games played. It's just that the time between games it's kind of spread out. But there you have it. I'm doing, there's my box is a Worldspanner, and then kind of like my real brief setup. So my game room is a little bit of a mess right now, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, there we go. Worldspanner Factions is on the table.